USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's money transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Ngekonta abaraka membe kerim babu wolom akakenu nyameng niko akakenu nyameng nunto adol be nyaadile parce que niamoy ko ado nen ciosano ka hadama dingole signify ite mu jumale ite bota jumale bala wol fanal bota jumale fanal bala
ñu na lan dekil sa ada ak sa ciosan akakenu nyameng num na amé dem
babu ko ne dinni ngo jibe e ko akalon ko yemem fo
xama sa ada sa ciosan motax Gambian Talent TV ak Ibu ak babu ñu tok ñu ne ñu fak ñu dunda sun ada ak sun ciosan
tunto alfal kela din bayali ke kulu no nyaadile ke kulu nyaadile fo butero lo bang fodum e ka domoro le dila bang fo ka mum fel le dila ñun programme le biwo be sene andi la
kon kenn ku nekk bo bu ke xam sa ada sa ciosan fu nga baye ko sama fu nga baye ko
nunto alfalu ila sunkurundi wole ke pare nyaadile ila dum fengol fanal be nyaadile ko mun dum fen sifal le fanal dum ñun programme le fanal be witandila
nena nan ko wati sa ande anu bodam nga fekk fofam
tel dindi mankaje ke balka julo city yiro balay ka fo finja julo kay ko be siring e be ko jijala ko mol bitay do tarikol fula dindi ngoli
lu do am demba lu tax amatu tay la motax top suñu nasadan faté suñ ada ak tan
ak kenu ñameng
ada ak tan ak kenu ñam top lañu ahamas bu jot judom waxtu be judom ñaar waxtu fan la mo amé ci Gambian Talent TV ibula ak babu Floela bintam bolom bamba
ala baraka baka mbaɗigol ngal kon ɗon Gambian Talents TV to han kabi ɗon Allah Dibenkoto programme olom me yalan ko kanale sibito sibitilem kabotela lula katabla telam wor watula bi fanan ɗon komi ngake nyamen ɗon kata kuwol gele ngam mol nata studio kono mi yalan ko nibe ka jasodla bar bi komal baje ka nyame funditalem nata kana daro dam yalan ko nata molo jibe mi yalan ko afana be kul do kul ke kam yalan ko abisa hada madin lafa so nte fenkela dron coming ali alo nyamen Allah Dibenkoto programme on nal badi mal lamin MCC mbe futala male ngaji babu do kol nyike kan nyamen komal baje kan nyamen mbe kayraba avenue la jang nal baji be kantem nyimu molti mi yalan ko aka wa frole ki jang mi yalan ko wala fish pie wala meat pie nyimu fenen mi yalan ko akebe wa fi janne akede da janne komal baje kan nyamen sandir lallon wolti mol mi yalan ko ina da sandro la da samo akatara janne birun sama da fo wati juma so nte fenkela dron be denna la janne danin jaamo be siyala nga dum kono to na ka casoro komin ate do ko woni kabira dati wato men kana bula sayna ala baluwo kata nyaadi do ani kole aku jumal le melalon ko a wolle taki nyu do ko woni na defengal drom komin ngafala nyambe danna jande nga futama na yin kol nyin kacal
Ndoto Alagie Saidyjah lati proprietor and manager Jambai fast food assigned in Westfield, Serekunda West Park, Kairaba Avenue, almost adjacent to Kairaba Avenue, opposite St. Teresa's Gino and Upper Basic School. Ha. Alhamdulillah, ela woni nin karo kumata bake, follow nyamera be kumala bake ka yitandi Jamala ninjumala be interview keka nya wala Gambia Talents TVT. So alhamdulillah, content back. It has not been pre-planned. A mom plan is just Aji Sambala Betambikang. I think one time was a student of St. Teresa's, if I can remember well. So approach jokingly, I'm not even serious about it for Altinali and Samba Gambia Talents. So being who she is and being an institution, they are out there trying to expose Gambians, a serious institution for that matter. So, ma expect ko be prompt latin. So, alhamdulillah, yo nyini karo kumada back. I started precisely, I think, 2006. That's about so many years ago. I think 16, something like that. I started it after graduating from Gambia High, studying commerce, and ever since na ambition okay, pruka business okay. So bring graduate at the time there was no money, pruka business will start. Me alonko is capital intensive, so I decided to bring nyinin karoke nyaje ko fast food would be the easiest business to set up. So nyinin karoke then nyana apprentice training ke at one of the fast food. So from there on, nada ambition also the kana own place where wale keda janti, and then I name it after a village. Jara Barokunda, commonly called Jambai. So that's how it started 16 years ago.
La kacha kono ya itandi ko ye apprentice kele janni bina. So ni aji be na jamano be nyamem dol bi ni da apprentice la comme ni aji bulo ko da don wala fen kilim fen fula yol no dron e ka bo jeleta. So it la kol kere nyaaji be mo fala mo fana mi la ko ka mawo nyaale.
Ila wajini karo kumata baga. It's rather unfortunate. Jama bije skill acquisition Seattle mo jama laka skills karang. But at the end of the day, how many of them become entrepreneurs? That's the multi-million-dollar question. Because nyamera niye mecho karang fo bulo ko jani bulo ko fa yebori ye obula yeta kudo ke wakati na we don't have expertise in so many fields. And unfortunately for me, instead for alhamdulillah, because it was something that I love. Because jama bije fanang la parents will ke dundi métier la mealonko e mal like. So at the end of the day they got to run away. But unlike me, it was a passion for me. I choose it. Nobody forces me to do it because that's what I studied in school, and then it has been always my dream to become a businessman. So you can see how that helped. Passion way I stayed until at least some skills sort. Then I started. So bring startup, and although naturally we know there are gonna be challenges, but because I have the passion for the business, and then I got to make sure that I go through those challenges. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, I can call myself a manager, at least with 21 employees, inshallah. Yeah.
Kan kabi dula nyundo ye karang kadame komi ni ajibe ni na seto ko jibe ay batara ni kara moya karang na at least dol bije e ka afford no pour at this at the end of the day wala at the end of the month e ka do man ndila jama bije bu ka pesen soro no bawo ni taram do ko wala karang na bu ka fen soro e ka je ko do kula nyim wala mentamu abe use kanne so ite ya yo mo de nyaadi.
Alhamdulillah, from experience, brother, ante fanko nyin karandaming. Alhamdulillah, ya ana forget the sonem ba tentulam ba jaila. Alhamdulillah, brinya start je. Although in those days it was difficult. Although I started allocating nyale, but ni naraji benten in jama bije wall for them the pay is too small, so they got to leave. But look, I don't go there for the money. I go there for the skills. So I stay for the skills. But among the things that I learn, because dunia muwalati, I mean, you have to learn from people's experience or people's mistake and whatever, so that you never become a victim. So brinta karanda warning dokula dolka isul men soto. So nyaja ko look, I got to learn from this. Even I finally started my business. I got to make some whoever I employ, even if you come there for training or whatever you called it, I'm going to make sure that we agreed on terms, be certain payment allocated, whereby that will be able to keep you. Look, you are not just a trainee, but you are a kind of an employee or on contract. So alhamdulillah, because of that experience, in those days, imagine that's about 16 years ago, employee without ever having the knowledge of working in a fast food, I allocated them like 1,005. That was how I started 16 years ago. So because I feel like as a Gambian, I want to, at least left a cool I will make a name. So look, if I want to make a name, I got to do it differently. Because more employer, even though I'm training, but at least incentive dealer encourage, because over the years Gambian were not into skills. It is an open secret more. So look, if I want to contribute my quota in that, let me give people chance. If I even employ them without any knowledge, even I'm training them, at least let me give them a particular amount that's gonna able to keep them. They will feel good, they will feel at home. Even if I stay, I will still gonna make it. So up till today, alhamdulillah, brother.
kumata bake saying bo woto bawo ya history lo me ko ya explain mole so saying akete nyaadi wole le ko la nyaadi kabita da foy blow ko eta say pareta ka move kata ila ko ke fay atana nyaadi
alhamdulillah ya fo nyamen akolayata num bakele comme mbafo kanyam but birinta da fo alhamdulillah I started it alone. Birinta dafo, nyaje ko kuli bitakan na dorom started employing. I think I remember I only employ one person for over 2 years. Nimola ba demanding come because it's natural. It's a new business. Molu ma lon numbake. So badala ko that is a challenge. People are not used to it. So if I'm not the first to do this kind of business here, perhaps Amancia, because usually it's this big restaurant that will be selling meat pie. But I decided to use fish because in those days a lot of people cannot afford meat pie. So look, I'm gonna do it differently. People can afford. So now start put a fish pie make. Usually more fish pie me wala musolo kani fish pie do mande mal me waf. One day I do it differently. So in those days 16 years ago, St. Teresa School they almost contribute about 60 to 70% of my customers because of the proximity of the school. So in those days, at $5. Imagine 16 years ago, a lot of people go to school with $10 in maximum as a lunch, school lunch. So people cannot afford $5. I decided to make it half of the usual size I'm making and sell that at $2.50. That helps a lot of students, even if they have to go to school with $5, they can still buy my pie and be able to buy ice or whatever. So when that help, they know Lucana, Eka sang at $2.50. So they keep coming. Then Eka keep telling others because when the car outside, all the camera, this is about 25 because of the size. So if you car for monole, then people started coming. So since they started coming, I also make sure that I make it easy for them. So as we move on, things started increasing. I cannot maintain that price, so I got to shift to $5. But $5 from there, Bakasul Lafata, I still have to increase from 5 to 6. But I maintain it for $5 for the student. You can see the difference because of their patronage over the years. So all of them goal already 40 Ghana. So because of the way they've been patronizing me, so I got to make some difference. Normal customer, I sell them to them at $6 and sell it to the children, school children at $5 for so many years. Then from there we got to increase it again because of whatever from $1 to $7. I still maintain $5 for them. For B, alhamdulillah, Bakasul Taradam is just so huge. So man, I difference in maintain.
So coming back on the it had a fuel of a business or setup. So kadula soto dame aron ko be sabat la jera is a problem ila jang soto nyaakara nyaadi
alhamdulillah lawa nyinin karo kumayata bake na jang soto keta nyamen I only went around be nyinin karo la fo nyajanje nyaaje ko alu kutala nyamusundundo nyinin ka fonyo ko modole ba occupy kan so nada tawaya no kachata den waya dinna nka jo but na broda nya bata ku jamale soto jang over the years because at a time KMC natale yembondi jam fang fon saunta bundu 6 Johnson nya fast food yele je so but it's like things are destined we may not believe it, but as a Muslim, that's what I believe, and every Muslim believe. So I don't know, out of the blue, I just came back. I can't even remember the story, but it's by Allah. I came back again because KMC not Fenkol slowed down, so people decided to come back. I also decided to come. So bring Nata, yet again, Ibukambula after some time there is Sinaka, Molu Fenke, Albola Janel, Bekelaten, so in Sitaje, near discourse, Yambula, Wato de Dulali boy, Ebukanake Fenti. So for Alhamdulillah, Birin Tata Nyaja Moli Siata Jang, we decided to form an organization, Serekunda West Park Canting Owner Association, for which I become the president. So we went there, we approached them, look, we are Gambians. At the end of the day, a lot of our colleagues went to back way, some are using other means of making money illegally. When we decided to do something for ourselves, and at least kakeno, sababoti ka model fanam employee. So I think as a government or as a council, you need to look at our plight. Let's sit on the table. look at what we are doing. What is the impact of that? Positively, I mean. And in whatever reason you might have to remove off, wake them. Yeah, they contribute because at least we pay our dues to them, licenses and monthly dues and whatever. Imagine, just look at how much are we contributing to the council. At the end of the day, how many employees do we create? I alone, if I had to employ 21, talk less of so many, over 15 canteens, a minimum of one person or two at least. So New York last like about 100 employees. If you had to remove them, a bit more kemele phone de la dokwala. And not only more keme, how about their respective families? Every person working with me or working for himself at the other canteen has at least, if not a wife, but a mom and a father or perhaps siblings to look after. If he's married and also children. So near Bondija is like 1,000 or over so many thousand of livelihood. So at the end of the day, KMC never uses it. Dumping side, whatever. We decided upon ourselves and settled and then you feel at least settled, and so we got to ask dues from them. At least we created revenue for the council. I think council in fact should have thanked us for it. So rather than doing that, you keep on disturbing us from time to time. Some of your employees would come and ask money from us, or I mean, it's not worth it. Let's sit and discuss. How about if the council can even build this place and rent it to us? We don't mind at whatever amount you want to rent it to us. Or if not, you allow us to build proper structure. Look, you can see some of my employees are not willing to be featured because of perhaps the nature of the place. Should have been, I should have built it to standard, but because council doesn't allow them, they only want us to put up temporary structures. 16 years of business, I mean, and 21 people that I employ, I think I have the money to build this to a standard restaurant, but it's because of the council. So if they are watching, or government or any person who can intervene, let them allow us to build these places to proper structure so that at least there could be business. I mean, our employees can feel good, customers in fact can feel good. I mean, we sell good things and so many other stuff. So I'm appealing to the council. I know they would be watching this. Gambia Talent TV is a popular TV. Maybe even the mayor could be watching this, or His Excellency the President of the Republic. So let us look at our plight on behalf of my people, the whole Serakunda West Park Canting Owners Association. I'm appealing to them to allow us to build our kiosks to proper structures, brother.
Kumara baka coming akamunda ila nying kacha kono akamunda kumara baka pour business oni balo la I guess strategic position because ikanyi memfok centresa student nying ani mo kota na kata football park so be kata fendi me alon ko ay business on
ha alhamdulillah wo kumata business okona bakale na brother I think sometimes I feel bad. Many been frontline institutional to let's say Minister of Youth and Sport, Gambia Chamber of Commerce, and so many related business institutions. Although they tend to upload them for whatever they are doing, but Nyama they need to go out there to the grassroots. I mean, there are a lot of Gambians who wanted to do business, who are or perhaps into business, but some of this basic knowledge only some of them only do business because they see somebody doing it. But it's very important. Knowledge is very important. It is the foundation. Whether we are Muslims or Christians, we all know. It doesn't necessarily mean school, a conventional school, but knowledge in general. Even if we want to become a drummer, you need to learn how to beat a drum. So it is very important. Unfortunately for me, because I went to Gambia High and studied commerce, that helps me a lot. And from there, I did not just because I had the certificate. I mean, usually if I get a problem on a lot of people are looking for certificate, but they are not looking for skills. And then it is very important. You might have a degree in whatever field of study, but do you have the skill? This is the question. The experience, very good. When we said skill, we mean the experience. Very, very good. Unfortunately, some more school, bachelor in arts, in commerce, in agriculture, but have you ever been a farmer? If it is in commerce, I mean, you need to go into business practically. You need to go into the field in order to boast of your degree. So because of my commerce background at Gambia High and also skill acquisition, so when I came, it became very easy for me because I have the basic knowledge. Look, passion. I have the passion for this business, which is very important in business. And also I got to look for a strategic place in business because you got to look for customers. So in that customer can easily locate you. Unfortunately for me, because of the proximity of St. Teresa's and the Gino Board, the Junior and Upper, and so many others, and because of Kairaba Avenue as well, and the football park. So this helped me a lot, brother. So yeah, for whatever, whoever is planning to go into business, you got to have the knowledge, the experience. Go look for that. It is very important. And you also got to have passion for the job. Whatever you want, let people not force you, let you not be tempted because X does it and become successful. That won't help you. Do you really want to do it? That is the passion. You got to have that. And if you also have that passion, you got to also look for a strategic place because business, or not every business is idle at a particular location. If I had to build perhaps what kind of business would I say? Young, maybe people around here didn't need it. But because young, I mean, a monkey home tea. If I had to go and in the middle of a neighborhood, start a restaurant there, you don't expect people to come and buy because they are living in their houses. They go there for breakfast and lunch. Yeah, so but because here working environment and people come here for school or for work or for football, they don't have their houses here. So obviously when they become hungry, they got to fend for food. So you see how idle it is. So I'm appealing to our youths out there, whoever wanted to do business, skills or the experience, you got to look for that. You got to have passion for that job, and also strategic location is important, brother. Yes, they all compile together, help a lot.
So kabi na re sedul ta jang e doko start jang e ka doko ka kabirin so manda huwat
brother, it's very hectic. Imagine when I started before, I used to live around here. I'm Benun Jamma Fonla, but as we speak, I'm living in Brikama, perhaps even behind Brikama, Manduar. You can see geographically how far it is. I wake up from my house by 4:30 or 4 o'clock exactly. Lenka Wuli, I got to take my bath. I mean, prepare and pick my bag. Then kata silo kan kamorota. So from that 4 o'clock, I stay here at least minimum 10 o'clock in the night. So you can see, I think it's a European system because even I'm doing a particular job, but you can see the time from 4 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the night. So it's very hectic. Not everybody can do that. But alhamdulillah, brother, this is my life for 16 good years. Hardly do I enjoy social life. I don't have social life. I don't socialize. It's from my house to my work. Sometimes even, sorry to say, but my children would only see me on Sundays because by the time I reach home, so usually Sundays
ngombe nyini kala jere boy ngamela mboto kala jere fulafta mbinala comme ça ila family life be nyadile ani comme badingol ini wala ka associate nyoka nyadi so mbe men kala drom leftal pour nga dum kono to nga jibe kamum fensi falle dra wala kamum felle prepare janto nyinte melam from starting to the ending irin jamme fana do ngamira ngadol jele melalan ko e kanana ni ka sen kata fo ye o fana provide coming because ni janje kamela dum dol fana kanale si jang ya ye fe la fe me order ya order ya do mo janni pareteta.
Yeah, well, Jam is a kind of restaurant because usually it was just a normal takeaway, fast food. People come and buy, but over the years, Naradi side Kajako, some would want to sit and eat and go. Then we decided to provide so at least 2 tables because of Palasoni Mangwaraba, because of space, and also. From usually it was only a pie center, but we decided to run a restaurant as well, Manowa. So obviously people can be eating rice on the way, so they can only buy it and sit. But only naturally after Kasamba Dulado. But if you wanna eat around, they can just unlike pie, you can just be walking and eat at Domakan. But rice, it's a Tamakaibo Domakan. So we decided to put up this table, Nimeni Mano Sang, and then you can see Janaya Domo. So then it's a kind of restaurant, yeah.
Kabirina raja ngaje ibe dunka be fundi kan imanta sirin blakeling andu na korosiro fana do ngaje ko amanka ko be sirin dama be do ko ke kan so isa fo mole komi nga as a boss wala me alon ko dal tamu janti inina doku lal be kafuri nyomal be do ko ni ke kan nyola
tonya la wo mu kulete me alon ko gamenol jama upcoming entrepreneurs aka jama la batandi comme to le business o start dron ebe rice can dron they feel big ya ko sai to manya naka do ko ke wo nyamera wo buka business jama makoy because ba jala ko itele keta sababo de ka business on start maybe natara especially natara itele wo jama train pour do ko no so experience wise obviously one would assume ko ila experience less siate tolti so nite ko because of it mum boss le say ite a feel ite do ko kala wo is not gonna help because ite bajala ko wol fanam they might feel be jalo ko nyung abe use kanne because hadamadu mang team hadamadu la sonno mo is source of that ni o ke dore bajala ko be situation le create me alon ko ila do kula bajala ko how comes it be do ko ke kan ite as their leader because I don't believe in kavo ko mu boss lady as a leader and then because leader is by example so nida mo mola nyaton ko ti ite me nyanda fala nyanda kala nida fo mo mantra ke kan so how do you expect to nyanta kala so from experience that's what I learned because mbenu ndameng nyaajale ko anim mol ka nyo soto nyame to mol do kulala ka jale ko nyimbo kana do kula katara su ko nin karo fara da mala kana ka ko do ta jang so obviously ngaaje ko na mantre do kulala ka behave nyame ani ay ni kana problem wol men soto so nyaaje ko that should have been a lesson for me. I learned from that. So Birinya Indoko start. I feel guilty. Nimbe siri molbe dokola. Na coincidence buka allowed. Because at the end of the day, it's just not for me. It's not fair. Kamolu do kundi. Ninkaro for the yejo. You go home with the rest of the money. Ndagajeko is not fair. So Nyajeko obviously I got to work. At the end of the day, I'm still young. I'm just 38. So why won't I work? Why? Because having a lot of employees doesn't mean I'm big. One more chance let the room, chance me alaya din. So ala kilon le ajeko, wala afoko molbe nyantaka dogo kala. So I'm working and I got to work till the end of time, inshallah. As long as na health ya sotola ya.
So sa humule albeni mendla kante alka dati nya dile fo ala finishing.
Alhamdulillah ya fo nyameng anka dati nyameng wolem ninara somanda nan kata nyewo sanne fresh fish nga wole sanna den ni nara nya pil nya woto nya asi masonga nya spicy sol kije den nya steam after nya steam fa pareta nya farnyota nya mix farnyo kalewe nyo le kije ka turol kije ani oda fenkol den nya mix after nya mix then ya kunto into sizes that we wanted then ka woleta den nya dada nya fish ni stoffa kono den nya fry and then natala meat le mo fanan e subole san mince meat fresh mince meat nya tabdi ka spicy sol ka kan jabolu and other fenkol dal then na pareta nya farnyo ni mix as the other fish pie the same flour ka wala use then nya fanan dada nya suboka kono nya fry ka wala ke inshallah
so coming be fresh fish or ko coming nya na social media wala banko kanjam kibaro fundal kaje ko ika sniper ke nyinye simbirundo albuka wasanjam
no alhamdulillah biro kibaro nyam fintita and personally I put it upon myself munkan supply nyawla for 15 good years so nya approach le na mo floda manka ko look be kuja mala fokan nga ko being the person I am ntiaje ko the food I'm selling so I'm very much concerned and especially na dulato mo jamal la kanaje dindingolu ke balu mo jama bal ka benje so I wouldn't want a situation where by mbe domoro dala me alonko sinin sama be kala mole mantoro whether knowingly or unknowingly my conscience would never allow that ngay ko so lafte ya fanye between you and Allah I tell fisning how do you prepare it ngay ko because tonato nya niatara wokake nte I rather quit business than to continue doing that. But she swore to me ko I told you nanam amalum from munam sniper. So I have to approach our colleagues fanam behind the scene kaje ko let me just go to the root of this pour kaje ko photo nya tonya nyinka kele fabe kake but someone confide to me ko hania taraka ke menika nye jaro wafi badala wala ka because wala ko wafi la yeme so obviously pour ka preserve they need to put preservatives so itolaje ko among those preservatives wala sniper so ataya fanyo ko wala ka ke natara ka ke in fact anana ma boda so ko natara ka ke wala ka ke so mbejele I keep on asking and I'm also very much careful kaje ko mtebe nyo mention always like fresh nyoti honestly niaje I am able to maintain my customers for 16 good as my brother. I am very much careful. Any customer you might speak to here, both here and out, when tafole ko nana domoro sanjan. Nobody ever reported to me ko domoro sanjan me alon ko I keta a problem because always we make so ko fresh food man ka wala wafijam. Yeah, definitely. Nyawo na investigation ke wala le fo nyalon ko nakliano ya confirm ya ko atenana man sniper use ala life kon. Yeah.
So coming nyo komi jama ba fo kan nyo sign ada ku ya jawta buka suru no So we alla business wo kenya dila
alhamdulillah ñew da kuyata bakel not only ñew da kuyata le far ñew da kuyata fengol be le da kuyata but I am one person me alon ko usually I don't complain too much because having a religious background and also having been business for 16 years and also I mean at 38 I think I should have experience enough dunia katama nyaming. It's rather unfortunate. I'm not the least happy if only dark alafa nyaming, but I don't have the look at it from this angle holistically. Fenjumala malafa. That's what I used to ask myself. You know, usually people complain too much about others, but how about yourself? I started this as I told you at $2.50 buru. Now I'm selling it at $10. You can see an increment over $7.50 buru. Even it takes 16 years, but at the end of the day, I increased in it. So ninja love to complain I mean mourn over that complaining and that will then push to also keep increasing my price maybe from even $10 to $15. But customer so I don't believe in Kavoko move boss lady as a leader, and then because leader is by example. So neither mumola nyaton koti, ita menyanda vola nyanda kala, neither from mantra keka. So how do you expect to nyanda kala? So from experience, that's what I learned because mbenu ndameng nyajele ko anim molka nyo soto nyame to molka do kulala ka jele ko nyimboka na do kula katara su ko nin karo fara da malaka na ko do tajang. So obviously ngaje ko na mantre do kulala ka behave nyame ani ay ni kana problem wol men soto. So nyaje ko that should have been a lesson for me. I learned from that. So Birinya Indo ko start. I mean, I feel guilty. Nimbe siri molbe do kola. Na coincidence buka allowed. Because at the end of the day, it's just not for me. It's not fair. Kamolu do kundi. I mean, ninkaro fara yejo. You go home with the rest of the money. Ndagajeko is not fair. So nyajeko obviously I got to work. At the end of the day, I'm still young. I'm just 38. So why won't I work? Why? Because having a lot of employees doesn't mean I'm big. One more chance let the more chance men alaya din. So ala kilon le aje ko wala fo ko mol be nyanta ka do ko kala. So warana I'm working and I got to work till the end of time inshallah. As long as na health ya sotola ya.
So sa ho mole albeni mendra kante al ka dati nyaadi le fo ala finishing.
Alhamdulillah ya fo nyameng an ka dati nyameng wolem nin nara so manda nan kata nyewo sanne fresh fish nga wole sanna den nin nara nya pil nya woto nya asi masonga nya spicy sol kije den nya steam after nya steam fa pareta nya farnyota nya mix farnyo ka lewenyo le kije ka turol kije ani oda fenkol den nya mix after nya mix then ya kunto into sizes that we wanted then ka woleta then nya dada nya fish ni stoffa kono then nya fry and then natala meat le mo fanan e subole san mince meat fresh mince meat nya tabdi ka spicy sol ka kan jabolu and other fenkol dal then na parera nya farño ni mix as the other fish pie the same flour ka wala use then nya fanan dada nya suboka kono nya fry ka wala ke inshallah.
So coming be fresh fish or coming nya na social media wala banko kanjam kibaro fundal kaje ko ika sniper ke nyinye simbirndo albuka wasanjan.
No, alhamdulillah biro kibaro nyam fintita and personally I put it upon myself munkan supply nyawala for 15 good years. So nya approach le na mo floda manka ko look kube kuja mala fokan nga ko being the person I am ntiaje ko the food I'm selling mtafon ko wala domo. So I'm very much concerned and especially na dulato mo jamal la kanaje dindingolu ke balu mo jama bal ka benje. So I wouldn't want a situation whereby mbe domoro dala me alonko sinin sama be kala mole mantor, whether knowingly or unknowingly, my conscience would never allow that. So left here for between you and Allah, you tell a fishing, how do you prepare it? Because tonya near tara woka ke nte I rather quit business than to continue doing that. But she swore to me ko I told you nanam amalum from munem sniper. So I have to approach our colleagues fanam behind the scene ko let me just go to the root of this pour ko fotonya tonya nyinka kelefa bekake. But someone confided to me ko hania tarakake menika nye jaro wafi badala wala ka because wala ko wafila eme. So obviously pour preserve they need to put preservatives. So itoliaje ko among those preservatives wala sniper. So ateya fanyo ko wala ka natara ka in fact anana ma boda so ko natara ka wala kake. So mbejele I mean I keep on asking and I'm also very much careful kaje ko ntebe nyew men sana all tafole ko nana domoro sanjan. Nobody ever reported to me ko domoro sanjan ne me alonko ay keta problem because always we make so ko fresh food dam man ka wala wafi jam. Yeah, definitely. Nyawo na investigation no ke wala le fo nyalon ko nakliano ya confirm ya ko atendana man sniper use ala life kon. Yeah.
So coming nyo coming jama ba fo kan nyo sign ada ku ya jawta buka sotono. So alla we alla business ko kenya dila
Alhamdulillah, nyo da kuyata bakel. Not only nyo da kuyata le faranyo da kuyata, family bele da kuyata. But I am one person me alonko. Usually I don't complain too much because having a religious background and also having been business for 16 years and also I mean at 38 I think I should have experience enough dunya katama nyaming. It's rather unfortunate. I'm not the least happy if only dark nyaming, but I don't have the look at it from this angle holistically. Fenjumala malafa. That's what I used to ask myself. You know, usually people complain too much about others, but how about yourself? I started this as I told you at $2.50 buru. Now I'm selling it at $10. You can see an increment over $7.50 buru. Even it takes 16 years, but every day I increase in it. So ninja love to complain nakaje ko nyoda kuyara I mean mourn over that complaining and that will ben push to also keep increasing my price maybe from even $10 to $15. But customers can attest to it. I make so ko at the end of the day I am a Gambian. This is the way I can contribute to the socio-economic development of my country. So in the business all can like others who are working for government or other institutions like Gambia Talent TV. Your job is to go out there and bring stuff out for people to see. So my job, that's your contribution in national development. My job, I'm selling food. So I got to make sure that I sell food, good food at a reasonable price for people. So when come back for later on Kanoda, Kafutale, Jaboda, Kafuta, Finkoda, Kafuta, obviously, Wabe Mendila and Nawalanta Fananyanta, I keep increasing my price. So Alhamdulillah, Naburoda, although I'm not the least happy, Fengol Daka Lafanya, imagine when I started about